hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, September the 7th. This is our 430th chat, and I've got some exciting news here in just a few minutes, but this is our 430th chat, 430th, that's how Alyssa says it, 430th chat, and it is titled Keep Your Why Close By. We'll also be talking about that here in just a second, but hello and happy Sunday, everybody. I hope y'all are having a fantastic week. It is schizophrenic weather again here in East Tennessee. Today was fantastically cool-ish. The high was like in the mid to high 70s. Karen could not walk, so I ended up down at National Fitness, but that is a-okay. I got to watch a snippet of a movie that I wasn't really interested in. But anyway, hello and happy Sunday, everybody, and hello to Elaine. Hello, Carol Ann from New Jersey. It is good to see you. Hopefully several of you will be here tonight so that I can make a big announcement about next Sunday. And hello to Melissa. Good to see you. I'll see you Tuesday night. And hello, Carol Lou. Awesome to see you too. Hope everybody's having a great week. We are officially in September. I say this every time. I don't know, once you get to be my age, time just literally flies by. And hello, greetings to Sarah from Raleigh, Massachusetts. And Sarah's birthday was it last week? Anyway, belated happy birthday to Sarah. And Sarah wants to, her walking issues are getting better, so she's getting better at that. And hello, John from Home Base. And hello to Mary Ann. Good to see you too. But hopefully everybody's going to jump on here in a few minutes. We've got lots to talk about. Hopefully your weather is great too. So ours again has been a little bit weird. Hello, Vicky. John is already, he can hear me, and I don't care to say this. He is already sleeping like it's winter. It's only getting down into the 50s at night. But he is sleeping like it's winter outside. Anyway, I'm still like covers off, sweating. Doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. Okay, so I digress. Let's get back to everybody. Hello, Karen from Michigan. Good to see you. Yep, and Sarah's birthday was on August the 27th. Hello, Mary from Pittsburgh. Hello, Karen from East Tennessee. Karen from East Tennessee is not that far from me. You're what, an hour from me maybe? She knows exactly what I mean by this crazy weather. And hello, Trish from California. And yeah, and Melissa says it was amazing in East Tennessee today. Also, how about them Vols, Melissa? How about them Vols? Yeah, I say it's great to be a Tennessee Vol. I did not wear Vol attire tonight. If we beat Georgia, yeah, I'll wear something orange the next week. But again, today is September the 7th. Happy Sunday, everybody. This is chat number 430. We're going to be talking about our whys. Also, if you are brand new, please let us know. Just say, hey, I'm new here, or I'm back after having been away for a little while, because we would love to welcome you. And hello, Anna from New York. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, so we're live on Facebook right now. If you were watching this later on YouTube, that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Please give me a shout out over there. You'll have become deathly quiet over on YouTube. It has been crazy. And Mary says that Pittsburgh weather was gorgeous this week. That is fantastic. And yeah, go Vols, Melissa. Okay, so this week, we've got a lot to talk about. Hello, Hattie. Actually, I guess I should let a few more of you all jump on. And Karen used to work at ETSU. That is fantastic. Yeah, that is awesome. So I'll let a few more of you all jump on here, and then we'll get down to business. First thing, because you all have heard me say this many times, we are still playing our summer game over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group. Even though summer is done, summer is over. Oh no, hold on. Sarah said rainy and a crazy tornado warning. Excuse me, we had tornado warnings. Okay, you can tell it has been raining here for days. Everyone I know has this little tickle going on their throat. So if I have to get a drink more times than normal, I'll go ahead and apologize. But yeah, that is crazy weather. And hello, Sandra from Naperville. But even though summer is quickly fading away, we are still playing our weekly summer game over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group. And Julie is back at it again this week, and she has already posted her meal plan for this week. My meal plan for this week, I'm making more tonight, so I'll be okay. Everything will be okay. But it was to have what we're making tonight, to have it for the next few meals for the rest of the for the rest of the week. It all got eaten first try. I mean, like within hours. It was completely gone within hours of making it. If you want to see the details on that, you will have to either go over to TikTok, and on TikTok it is just @_IfYouHaveAnEgg, or head on over, not right now, after the chat, head over to Instagram and watch it on Reels. You have to get Reels. It's just If You Have an Egg. You have got to see Bo's reaction my youngest granddaughter, our youngest granddaughter. You have to see her reaction to the recipe that we made and tried. And then you have to see her sister, Alyssa's reaction. Two completely polar opposites. And you get bonus points if you can tell me what Bo scored, how she rated the recipe that we made this week. And let's see, hello to Marlene. Yeah, I know, and I saw a couple of you all say, no, don't say that summer is gone. It's winding down, ladies. I'm sorry, and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but it is winding down. Okay, public service egg announcements. We have 3 of them this week, so I'm gonna scoot on to that. The first thing is our very own Lynn from Texas. She is one of the inaugural, Shirley. Hello, Shirley. She is one of the inaugural members. So Lynn was one of our very, very, very first egglets. In fact, she might have been like one of the first 10 egglets, maybe, when all this started several years ago. So Lynn, and Lynn's always here. She's always here for our chats. Don't know that she's going to make it tonight. And hello, Mindy. It is so good to see you tonight. I don't know if Lynn's going to make it or not tonight. Her son has been, yeah, and Debbie, not even close. Yeah. So, yeah, and Debbie says, what is the flannel for? It's 95 degrees here. So right now, I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place right now. And yes, Carolee, that was hilarious. So the flannel will come off here in a few minutes. You all know I'm just barely surviving underneath this, and I have the air turned down in here to about 65 to try and accommodate for this. But you know, I just felt a little fall, and Alyssa had on this outfit today, and Casey had on a matching one. So Carol is exactly right. Bo rated the recipe that we made on Saturday. Bo, out of 10, Bo rated it 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to be 4 this month. She will be 4 on the 22nd. So when her mom said, give it a number, Bo, she said 1, 2, 3, 4. But she loved it, and we're going to make it again in the second half tonight. Alyssa hated it. She hated it. Yeah, oh wait, 3, 6. What? Debbie, I didn't even notice that. John, if you are still there, I never even noticed that. Oh my gosh. You're exactly right. Debbie said, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. What in the world? I didn't even notice that. You were exactly right. John, if you are there, go tell your daughter right now that she actually said 10 out of 10, and I cannot wait to tell Lily this news because none of us did that math. Thank you, Orlando Debbie, for that math, and hello and happy Sunday. I hadn't said hello to you yet. Okay, so our very own Lynn from Texas has been in the hospital. She was actually in ICU for a few of those days. Apparently she fell. I'm not sure if she hit her head. I'm not really sure the details. I have asked her son to message me. He hasn't. We're probably lucky he said anything. And when Lynn feels well enough, I've asked her to message me just to let me know what on earth is going on. But she has moved to a, yeah, Debbie, I know, you know I'm a little slow sometimes. She has moved to a, rehab facility. I can give you that address if you want to message me separately, if you would like the address of the rehab facility to send her a message. But I would just like all of us to just stop for just a second, and everybody, just in case she gets to see this, her son actually said that she talks about that while she was in the hospital and while she was in ICU, she was talking about this group, okay? She was in really bad shape, but she still was talking about us and checking on us, okay? So everybody just take a moment. Let's all, as loud as you can, even though I can't hear you, as loud as you can, let's all wish Lynn, it's Lynn Clark, and she's in Texas. Let's wish her a speedy recovery. Let's send her all the well wishes. Let's send her all the love. We have filmed, let's see, me, John, Casey, Alyssa, we have filmed her get well soon videos that we will be sending later, but it would be awesome if all of you lovely ladies and a couple of gents would just give Lynn a huge shout out. When I say ICU, she was in ICU, okay? So if you've got a head cold, I'm happy to tell you that I hope you will feel better. But this was serious, and we've already lost an egglet in the last couple of years. We lost another egglet this year, just 2 weeks ago. So yeah, if everybody would just give Lynn a big shout out, that would be fantastic. I would love you all for it. I love you anyway, but I would love you for it. And I'll keep talking while you all are giving your shout outs. So we will just send all of this love over to Lynn, and hopefully she will be out very soon. And again, if you need the address, or if you would like the address of the rehab facility where she is, if you wanted to send something just real quick, because I'm hoping fingers crossed she won't be there very long. But again, I have not talked directly to her, so I'm waiting to find out too. Okay, yeah, and y'all are doing a great job of sending her well wishes. So item number 2, public service egg announcement number 2. Don't know if you've heard the rumors or not, but Weight Watchers plans to launch a specific program for perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause later this year. Okay, it's September. I'm not sure how much later it can be. Okay, but I think that's why the news is starting to kind of, trickle out. I was called into my leader's office. I was called into her office last week to start the chit chat about it, to start talking about it. They will be offering a tailored nutritional and behavioral strategies alongside access to specialized clinical care and community support for women who are going through perimenopause, menopause, and beyond menopause. More information will be coming next week. Just know that it's coming. I don't have any more details than that. I know that it will involve the clinic, and I think, and I'll know more by next week, I think if you take advantage of some of the extras for the perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, I think there's a little bit extra charge, but I don't know what that is. So don't ask me a lot of questions yet. Okay, just know that news is coming. We'll probably spend most of the time talking about that next week. The third bit of information is this month we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the If You Have an Egg Facebook group. So this group, me and you and I, us together, we've been doing this for 10 years this month. Can you believe it? 10 years? And it does make sense because we started this, I guess, 3 years, 2.5 years before Alyssa was born, and Alyssa will be 8 in December. So yeah, 10 years. It's crazy to think about that. And John was asking me the other day where we started. I think we were in the loft. I'm pretty sure that our very first chats were in the loft. So anyway, so we're celebrating 10 years this month. Next Sunday in the second half, the entire second half will be a celebratory gathering for the entire second half of the chat, and you are going to have a chance to win 10 of my favorite things. So it'll be these are a few of my favorite things, and y'all know I don't sing very well, but anyway, so 10, you will have a chance to win 10 of my favorite things next Sunday. There are more details coming. I'll be kind of dropping some hints all week, but you do have to be present to win. Okay, so if you know somebody who wasn't here tonight, if you know somebody who, and thank you all for the well wishes, for the congratulations. If you know somebody who would like a chance to win, if there are 5 of you or 500 of you on the chat next week, someone on the chat, live during the chat, who is actually with us during the chat will win 10 of my favorite things. So you're not going to want to miss that next week. That will be a week from today. So what will that be? If today's the 7th, that will be the 14th. So that will be Sunday, the 14th. And yeah, a lot of y'all have been around for a long time because a lot of y'all are like, I remember the chats from the loft. Yes, it was in the loft. So next Sunday, September the 14th, you better be here or be square. You have to be live to have a chance to win. These are 10 of my favorite things. Yeah, because somebody's gonna win big live, and they're my favorite things. So who doesn't want to win my favorite things? Okay, so back to business. This week we are talking about keeping your why close to you. So keeping it, tight, keeping it close. Did you know that knowing your why, so knowing why you are doing this, is important because it provides clarity. So like a clear picture of what you want to do. It provides motivation, like to keep you going. It has a sense, it gives you a sense of purpose for what you were doing. It can help you stay focused on your goals. It can help you make meaningful decisions, and it can help you live a life that is aligned with your core values. Okay, we're not going to dig down quite that deep. that metaphorical, I don't know what to call that, anyway, into your why. But a why is, I mean, it's pretty important. So knowing your why can help you with all the rest of this. And I found a great quote, and the quote is from Jim Rohn, and he says, if the why is powerful, the how is easy. Get it? Does that make sense? So if why you're doing this, if it's powerful enough, if it is powerful enough, and it doesn't mean, it doesn't have to be big and grandiose, you know, whatever, but if your why is powerful enough, it makes the how, and the how is tracking and watching and fitting in fruits and veggies and drinking water and all those things. So maybe, okay, Carol says maybe 10 people get one thing instead of one getting it all. That's a great idea. Maybe we'll do that, Carol Lou. But if your why is powerful enough, the how you get there is easy, according to Jim Rohn. Okay, so how do you know what your why is? You know, like, how do you decide this, or how do you know what it is right now, or whatever? So whys come in all shapes and sizes, just like we do. None of them are wrong. No why, no reason for doing this is wrong, okay? It's your why. And here are 3 facts about your why. And then I'll tell you a couple of mine here in just a second. But fact number 1, no one gets to decide your why but you. Remember, I said none of them are wrong. So just because your why might not be the same as my why doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean I get to decide what your why is going to be. So no one gets to decide your why but you. And Trish, I got your message, so I'll send it to you when we get done. Fact number 2, your why will likely change over time. So depending on how old you were when you started this the first time, the second time, the third time, the 6th time, your why will likely change over time for different reasons. It will. Fact number 3, when you let your why serve as an internal compass. So does everybody know what a compass is? A compass tells you which direction you're heading. So if you hold a compass like this and the arrow is pointing, if north is this way and the arrow is pointing this way, then you know, okay, I'm going north-northwest. I'm not quite going west, but I'm not quite going north. But a compass tells you which direction you're going. It can help you make decisions about which direction you want to go in. So when you let your why serve as that internal compass about which direction you want to go, it allows you to resist distractions. So distractions might be ice cream, or they might be people telling you don't need to work out, or people telling you that you're not physically capable of doing that. So that would be a distraction. It can help you overcome challenges. So my friend Mary at our in-person Tuesday night classes was convinced, she was absolutely convinced that she just wasn't going to lose any weight. But her why for this moment in time was so important. It was such a big deal to her right now, and her why will be different here in a couple of weeks, but her why right now was so important that her how became easy, and she hit that goal. She hit that short-term goal because she knew what her why was, and it helped her to resist distractions. It helped her to overcome challenges, and she found fulfillment by connecting her daily actions, so what she was doing every day, to something that was bigger than herself. So I'll just tell you, Mary's why for this rejoining Weight Watchers this time, she was going on a trip with family. She wanted to be able to A, go on the trip, B, she wanted to be comfortable going on the trip, C, she wanted to be able to walk and see the things that they were going to see. And so she made her daily actions. She didn't want to disappoint. She wanted to go, but she also did not want to disappoint anybody else going on the trip. So she made her daily actions. She took all that into account, and her daily actions became something that was bigger than herself. Does that make sense? Okay, my original why. So Karen and I started this. Let's see, we started Weight Watchers the first time. It would have been right at just under 30 years ago, because Casey was little and she's 31 and she'll be 32 in case she's listening. 32. So my original why, I was 25 when we joined the first time. I didn't want to be the chubby mom. So there were some chubby moms at school. There were some really fit moms at school. I was one of the younger moms. I was one of the younger moms at Casey's preschool, and then at her elementary school, her middle school, and her high school. I didn't want to be the chubby mom, okay? I wanted to be the cute, perky mom, you know, that could still wear little jeans, you know, and look cute in them. That was my original why. Is it vain? Sure. Did it make sense then? Yes, it did. Was it important enough? Was my why a big enough deal to make the rest of it, the how, easy? Yeah, I did really well when I knew exactly, when I was laser focused on what my why was. Later, 20 years later, my why changed again because both of my parents were becoming very frail, for lack of a better term. My mom had been diagnosed, and you can see all this on the If You Have an Egg website, that, you know, kind of how all this got started. So 20 years later, my why was completely different. My mom had been diagnosed with kidney failure, renal failure, diabetes, arthritis. I mean, she had all these medical issues going on, and her diet was, pardon my French, was crap. Her diet was crap. She was smoking. She was eating crap every day. Then when she quit smoking, she used candy to replace the cigarettes, and so it just went blah. But she had been a successful lifetime member, so she let herself wallow. She let herself wallow in it for, you know, like a year and a half, whatever. Then she left my dad, one of the best decisions she ever made. And you know what? She pulled herself up by her bootstraps. Y'all know what that means? She pulled herself up by her bootstraps. She tried a couple of different things. She got back on, she joined Weight Watchers again. And then she did a bunch of research, went to the library. Y'all know how much I love the library. My mom loved it more than me, believe it or not. And she became vegan. I'm not saying that you need to become vegan. That doesn't have to be part of your how to get to your why, but she did. And she reversed a lot of her medical issues. And I thought, you know what? I want to do that now. I was 25 years younger than her. And I thought, you know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be, let me think, how old would she have been? 55? A little bit younger than me. But back then I thought, you know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be at that age and have little children or little grandchildren and have to worry about going to the doctor all the time, taking a ton of pills. She was able to change her diet, change her lifestyle. Her why basically became telling her doctor, nope, sorry, get behind me, Satan. This is not happening today, not happening this year, not happening next year. And she added more than 10 years to her prognosis. And really what got her in the end wasn't her diet. It wasn't any of that. And she probably even lived, you know, longer than that because of all of these changes that she had made up front. My dad, on the other hand, was like, to heck with it. I'm just going to eat. I'm going to live La Vida Loca, and I'm going to eat whatever I want to, drink whatever I want to, and continue to abuse my body. And he didn't make those decisions. So anyway, they both passed away for different reasons. But I didn't want to be, I didn't want to do that. I did not want to follow that same risky health. I mean, I'm talking a ton of medicine. I take one thing. Well, I take a multivitamin, and at night I take iron because I have an iron deficiency, but I've had it my entire life. I take 2 pills a day. 2, yeah. One of them's a vitamin, one of them is iron. I'm sorry, I do take something for my sleep disorder, but nothing for overall health other than the vitamin and the iron. My parents had trays of all this medicine. I didn't want to wait until I was their age when this started happening. So that was my why at that period of time. My why now has changed again since Alyssa and Bo are 7, getting ready to be 8, 3, getting really, really ready to be 4, and they are so active. I see them almost every single day. They need me to be able to move. They need me to be able to get in the floor. They need me to be able to get up again. John took us to the Smoky Mountains for Labor Day, and I was holding their hand. Alyssa is like, doesn't need my hand anymore when she's, aloha Kathy. Alyssa does not need my hand anymore when she is running through the creek and climbing on the rocks and looking for waterfalls and whatever. She doesn't need me anymore. Bo still does. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have on water shoes. Bo weighs more than Alyssa did at her age. She is gonna drag me down in this creek. And I kept looking over at John thinking, I can't do this. I cannot hold on to her. But you know what? I could because I've been working on strength training. I've been working on healthy eating. I started 30 years ago working on this journey. And even though my why changed, I was able to hold her up. I don't even know how much she weighs, 36, 38 pounds. If I had not started the strength training part of this, my why was to be healthy for the grandkids, to be able, this time, be healthy for the grandkids, to be able to stay up with them, and it made my how really easy. So I've been doing the strength training. I was able to keep up with them. I was able to hold her up, kept her, well, she did fall in the water one time, but that was on her. That had nothing to do with me. That did not have anything to do with me not holding on to her. But you know what I mean? Your why can change over time. So I'm hoping that your star goal for this week, that somebody will find something that is specific, that is truly doable, that is actionable, and that is relevant to their journey, and that you will let your why, and hello Barbara from Bonnell, South Carolina, and hello Karen. I hope you had a great day in the mountains today. But if you'll let your why serve as your internal compass, you will be able to resist those distractions. You will be able to overcome challenges. You will find a fulfillment in connecting your daily actions, the things that you do on a daily basis, to something that is bigger than yourself. So I hope somebody will use that to make a star goal for this week, to reconnect with your why, even if your why is completely different than it was last year, last decade, or if you're brand new on this journey, let's say you're 20 years old and you're just starting this journey. It is okay to want to not be the chubby mom, okay? It's a-okay. So hopefully someone will make that for their star goal. We do have a lot to make, or I have a lot to get ready for the second half. So we're gonna dive right in. If anybody else wants Lynn's address, just to send her a quick note to rehab, just go ahead and message me like Trish did, and I will be happy to send that to you. Thank you all again. I'm not stopping. I'm just winding up the first half. Please, keep sending her well wishes. If you are friends with Lynn on Facebook, you can go over to her son's post. He is trying to help her see all of these messages, and she's going to rehab. So I'm hoping that means that things are looking up, and they haven't just shipped her off to rehab to get her, to free up a room at the hospital. So I do know she's out of ICU, do know she's out of the hospital, and I do know that she has gone on over to rehab. So that ends the first half, but do not wander off, because we're gonna make what Bo gave a 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10, which, thank you Orlando Debbie for doing that math for me. So in the second half, we're gonna make a 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10 recipe. And Sarah, I will private message you after the chat is over. It's not that I can't, I can't. So because there are over 10,000, actually there's over 16,000 people that follow this page, and I don't know everybody that follows this page, so I might go give the address in the private, in the closed Facebook group, just because that's a little, closer group. But for sure, anybody that wants the address at the rehab facility, I will just let me know, and I'll private message it to you also. Okay. Whew. So let's all take a breath. Everybody get a drink of water. And so Debbie was asking what the flannel was about. Debbie, this is it. I can't do it. I can't do the flannel anymore. So it's got to come off before the apron goes on. And I think Debbie said it was 95 in Central Florida today. John would be down there with you in a heartbeat, Debbie. He is freezing to death. We walked the other night and it was, let me think a second. I want to say it was like 60. I mean, it wasn't even chilly. Yes, Barbara, it's water time. Everybody grab you a drink of water. It wasn't even chilly. It was like 60 or something. And he was going, oh, it's going to snow any minute. I expect to see 3 to 4 inches of snow by the time we get back. Drama queen. Okay, so yeah, he gets cold really easy. Obviously, I do not. Okay, so let's jump right in to the second half of tonight's chat. This is chat number 430, and it was called Keep Your Why Close By. We are taking Bo. Let's see, Bo, the little one, Bo, has a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and then she has an appointment at a pediatric gastroenterologist, a pediatric GI doctor, the following Monday. So we have been trying to make things, we assume that they're going to put her on an elimination diet, so we have been trying to eliminate some things just go ahead and eliminate them because we know it's coming, and try to add back in some things. And healthy gut probiotics. A lot of yogurt is something that we are pushing, her mother and I are pushing really hard right now. So in celebration of my friend Karen, we'll talk about Karen in a second, not the Karen that's on here right now. We, in celebration of her life and to help Bo with what I am sure will be a GI elimination diet here in about a week or so, we are going to be making Windstar Karen's buffalo chicken dip. This recipe is already available on If You Have an Egg. It's just IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And if you type in, so if you go to the search bar and if you type in Windstar, WINDSTAR, if you type in Windstar, the recipe is going to come up. So quickly, Karen Moffett was a very dear friend of mine, and met her a long time ago. I've got lots of Karens, and all of the Karens have nicknames. And Karen, who I think is still on here, her nickname is Friend Karen, because we've been friends for more than 30 years. So she's Friend Karen. I have Popcorn Karen, and that's spelled K-A-R-A-N. Popcorn Karen lives in St. Louis and has not been able to be on here in a little bit. She pops in and out sometimes, but she's Popcorn Karen. We have East Tennessee Karen is on here. But I have lots of Karens. So this Karen, her nickname was Windstar Karen because, I've heard the story a million times. The first time I met her, we were on a chat, in a chat room, way back in the day before FaceTime. I'm pretty sure MySpace, I never had MySpace, but I'm pretty sure that was the only format like that. But we were on a typing only, no pictures, you couldn't see anybody, whatever. It's just typing only chat room for scrapbooking. And she invited me to go on a scrapbooking trip, like to teach a class, because she knew that I was a teacher. I was pretty sure that she was a teacher. I was pretty sure she wasn't, a 60-year-old man trying to kidnap a 30-year-old woman. I was pretty sure. Wasn't 100% sure, but I was pretty sure. And so the first time I met her, we get to this gas station, to a truck stop, and then John starts asking questions. So after we're there to meet her, he starts asking questions, like, where did you meet her? How do you know her? Whatever. And I was like, I don't know her. I've never seen her. And he said, wait a minute, what is she driving? I said, I have no idea. And he goes, well, what does she look like? I said, I don't know. I've never met her. And he was like, whoa, wait a minute. Where are you all going? And I said, I don't know. It's somewhere in Greenville, South Carolina. And he was like, you don't even know where you're going? Nope. And I'm pretty sure that was back before cell phones. I think it was back before cell phones. So he was, no, maybe not. Anyway, he was like, whoa. I don't think you're going. She pulls up with another friend, another scrapbooking friend. They weren't friends yet. We were just computer friends. And the other friend whips that door back on her Windstar van. It's a Dodge Caravan Windstar, I don't know, something. She whips that sliding door open and it came off. It started to come off the track. It didn't actually fall off in her hand. And thank you very much, Debbie, for posting that, or for posting the link to the recipe. But it starts to come off in her hand. And John was like, that's it. Back in the car, we were headed home, and I was like, no, I have to go. I already told these people I would come and teach a class. So we duct taped the door closed, and all of us had to get in and out of the passenger door of her van the rest of the weekend because you could not use that door. Anyway, I hated that van. I hated it. I wanted to burn it to the ground. She continuously had trouble with it, but that was the beginning of a very long and very lovely friendship with Windstar Karen. Most of you know Windstar Karen did pass away 2 weeks ago. I don't know if I told you or not, but we found out she had ALS. I didn't know. I didn't know. Her husband didn't tell any of us. It had been probably a year and a half since I had actually talked to her. She, you know how this is. She pops in and out, you pop in and out of each other's lives. You check on each other as much as you can. But myself and another dear friend named My Christy, because she also has a nickname, because everybody has a nickname. So My Christy and I, we thought everything was cool. There was no reason to be concerned. And all of a sudden, one day, her husband posts out of the blue that she's ill, that she's bedridden, and we're like, what is going on? Anyway, we did find out that she had ALS. They weren't talking about it a lot. They were really private people, but she did pass away 2 weeks ago. A little gathering of us that are scrapbookers, My Christy had actually met us at a convention where we were teaching classes, but a little group of us scrapbookers got together. It was really, really nice, and it was a really nice, little remembrance of her. But I'm telling you, I know WinStar Karen, she would not want y'all to be sad. She wouldn't want me to be sad. She would want us to do something to celebrate her life. So, in celebration of her life, we are making again tonight WinStar Karen's buffalo chicken dip. This is an actual recipe that she came up with. She took, she loved buffalo chicken dip. Karen was she was my friend. She was a scrapbooker, but she was also a Weight Watchers Lifetime member. Ta-da! Like all the things. See, she hit all the marks of somebody that could be a great friend with me. I want to say, I don't know exactly how much she lost when she got to Lifetime, but if I had to guess, I would say it was a little over 50 pounds. She was fantastic and wonderful, but she loved buffalo chicken dip. Like, we went on all these retreats and she loved buffalo chicken dip. She loved my sister's brownies. We had certain things that we ate every single time we went on these trips. We won't talk about the alcoholic beverages that, yes, back then, because we were in a cabin, we weren't going anywhere. I might partake of, I don't anymore. Anyway, so lots of good memories and very specific food. So years ago, Karen Moffett came up with this recipe. It was a lightened up recipe for buffalo chicken dip. And I'm telling you, it is better than the original recipe for buffalo chicken dip. I have another friend who makes buffalo chicken dip. She is naturally thin. No one's ever said, well, you need to lose a little weight, ever, to this other friend. Hello, Joycelyn. It's better than hers. So hers is, the other friend, her version is full fat. You can see the fat. You can just see the fat laying on top, just sitting on top. I'm telling you, this version, if you ever make this version, Weight Watchers or not, even if you're a civilian, even if you're going to a civilian party, this version is so much better. And for those of us that are doing Weight Watchers, it is 1 point for a half of a cup, which a half a cup doesn't seem like much until you put it on like a couple of tortillas, or like I bought some more mini bagels today to put it on, and we're gonna try it on a crisp bread just to see, what that tastes like. So again, quickly, I'm gonna put this together. Y'all have seen me make this several times. We made this Saturday. So Lily here in the KC Kitchen Center showroom is addicted to TikTok, and she wants me to be addicted to TikTok, and I'm starting to come along. Like I'm starting. Okay, so Barbara, hello. We have a room number for Lynn. She has moved over to a rehab. So if anybody wants to send her a little card or a note, you can also go to her Facebook page, and her son is trying to show her those as he can. Yeah, and Trisha's is so good. Okay. What was I going to say? So we made this Saturday. Lily is dragging me along on TikTok. I'm actually kind of getting the hang of it, and it's not that bad. The people on TikTok, though, are the rudest, most unnecessary comments. So Lily just keeps saying, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. A bad comment is still a comment. Just breathe. Whoa, y'all know that's hard for me. So they're just, some of them are unnecessary. And I'm like, really? Okay. But we did this was our TikTok for Saturday. We are doing every Saturday for the next few weeks. We are doing some kind of a football, like a football appetizer game day snack. Last Saturday, it was salsa. The salsa is 0 points. That is already shared over on TikTok. It's shared on Instagram, and that is a recipe that is on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This week, we're making, in honor of WinStar Karen, we are making her now famous WinStar Karen's buffalo chicken dip. And Trish, what's her full name, please? Are you talking about Karen? Karen or Lynn? Which one are you talking about? Which one is her? Okay, so first thing you want to start with, you can either get frozen, and this comes together so dang fast, it's not even funny. You can either get canned white meat, let's see, 99% fat-free, premium chicken breast. You're gonna wanna take a fork and break it up a little bit. You can either get canned chicken, or you can get, sometimes I'll use the Tyson frozen shredded chicken. Oh, Lynn's last name is Clark. It's Lynn Clark, and she's from Texas. But you can just shred it up a little bit, in the can. I already poured out the juice. So we're gonna do 2 large cans because we made this Saturday and I didn't make a double batch. I just made a single batch on Saturday, and then I taste tested it and ranked it. That's not fair because it's one of my very favorite recipes. So of course I gave it a 10 out of 10. Casey, also, she loves this. So Casey asks for this recipe on game day, on football game day. She asks me to make this at family gatherings. She asks me to make this for Christmas. She asks me to make this on days that end in Y, you know. And yes, Barbara, she is on Facebook. Yeah, so Saturday we did not make a double recipe, and I was planning on eating it for the next few days here. It was gone. It was absolutely gone on Saturday. So I gave it a 10 out of 10. Casey gave it a 10 out of 10. Alyssa doesn't eat anything. She gave it a 3 out of 10 and made the worst face. You have to watch the video. John gave it a 9 out of 10. Lily gave it a 9 out of 10. Bo, the almost 4-year-old, gave it a 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10. It wasn't until Orlando Debbie told me like 20 minutes ago, 1, 2, 3, 4 does equal 10. It does equal 10, so she gave it a 10 out of 10. That is crazy to me. Okay, so 2 cans of white meat chicken breast, which chicken breast is white meat. But anyway, so you want that. So 2 cans. So we're actually making a double recipe tonight. So you want chicken breast. Then you want to add some non-fat plain Greek yogurt. And these are very precise measurements. If you want I have made this probably, I don't know, 100 times maybe. I'm past the measuring stage. I don't measure it anymore. If you want the exact measurements, I kind of eyeball. It's kind of like making pancakes. Who's measuring that? If you want the exact measurements, you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Orlando Debbie did share that link a few minutes ago. So you can go there and check out what the exact measurements are. Then, so it's chicken, diced chicken breast, or like shredded chicken breast, non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Yeah, who knows, Debbie? And yes, that's not geekiness, that's coolness that you would come up with that quick. Then this is the 3rd time this week that I have made my homemade fat-free cream cheese. So a friend showed me how to make this during COVID because my beloved fat-free cream cheese that I was purchasing wasn't available. This is it's cream cheese made with non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So it is actually 0 points, and it doesn't have any weird ingredients in it because it is just non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Okay, so again, I'm eyeballing it because I have made this 1 million times. No, not a million, probably 100. So there's some fat-free cream cheese. Then you can do light ranch. You can do, I don't really like fat-free ranch. Winstar Karen put fat-free in hers. So if fat-free floats your boat, you do it. I usually just use, sorry for the glubby sounds, I usually just use light ranch, just because I'm not a big fat-free, I don't know, there's not a lot of stuff. So I just said fat-free, I just said non-fat plain Greek yogurt and fat-free cream cheese, and then turned around and said I'm not a big fan of a lot of fat-free stuff. That's a different kind of fat-free. Okay, she used, Winstar Karen used Velveeta shreds, the original Velveeta. That was her preference. And again, I'm just eyeballing it because I've made this so many times, and this is a double recipe. So before y'all panic that I just put a half of a bag of Velveeta shreds in here, yeah, I'm eyeballing it. But her preference was Velveeta shreds. Sometimes I do use real shredded cheddar cheese, and then a heck of a lot of Frank's Red Hot Sauce. So my son-in-law, and I'm putting a lot in there. My son-in-law likes a little. John likes a lot. Casey likes a lot. But if we're making it for other people, like, and Carol, yes, you can use, so I have also used the ranch dip powder. I have used that, and you don't have to liquefy it because this is all gonna melt together. This is all gonna melt together and become a liquid. And can y'all even see what I'm doing? I can't tell if y'all can see it or not. So I just put all of that into a microwave safe bowl. I put it into a glass microwave safe bowl just so you can see it when I take it out the first time. So all of that is mixed together, and I did not bring anything out here to put this spoon on, so forgive me a second. So it looks like that. We are gonna put this in the microwave for 1 minute. Actually 2, because I'm making a double batch. So for those of you who like to make things on the top of the stove, you can totally make this. You can totally make this on the top of the stove. You do not have to make it in the microwave, but it is so stinking easy in the microwave. I don't know why you wouldn't. Okay, while we're waiting on that, because we've got about 12 minutes left, I'm gonna try this with Wasa light rye Swedish style crisp bread. Isn't that pretty? This is why I bought this, because I thought, oh, I'm gonna get all of these little things out of the garden, and I'm gonna put fresh dill and some cucumbers and a little schmear, and I never did. So we are going to try this. Obviously, I have never gotten into a package of this because I don't even know where to start. Oh look, here's a little tab. Okay, so Wasa, and I just ripped it. So this is Wasa light rye Swedish style crisp bread. Has anybody, and yes, Lynn, I got it. Has anybody ever had this kind? We're gonna try it on the buffalo chicken dip. Of course, for 1 point for a half of a cup, you could do a few chips. You could do a lot of chips, you know, depending on what the points that you had budgeted for that day. It's really good on celery. It is really good on bagels. It's really good on so many things by itself. She's not posted the greens. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out in a second, Trish. But tonight, I wanted to try it on, that's cute. I wanted to try it on a rye crisp bread. I don't know, we're gonna find out. Okay, let's get this out and stir it a little bit. Make sure the bowl is not too hot. Okay, and it is not. So you can see it's starting to melt together. Oh, are they good, Elaine? Have you had them before? Yes, yes, yes. Melissa says she makes quesadillas with the buffalo chicken dip. Quesadillas would be amazing. Would be absolutely amazing. And you could use, you know, one of the light tortillas or a low carb tortilla. You could totally do that. Okay, we're gonna put this back in for about a minute. And so when I make a single batch, which is just a mistake because it's gonna go so fast, but when I make a single batch, I microwave it for a minute at a time, just to make sure, you know, that I don't overheat it. You sure don't want to scorch it. But since this was a double batch, I went ahead and put it in for 2 minutes the first time. I'm only putting it in for 1 minute the second time. And Sarah said maybe with the dip it would be better. I don't know, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I needed a reason to open these. Honestly, I think I've had them, oh my gosh. I think I've had them so long. So this little thing is driving me crazy. And yes, rotisserie chicken would work great with that. So this little arm, apparently if you do not charge it and charge it and charge it and charge it, and the microphone is the same way. So I like this little arm, but it is, it is the dickens. It is the absolute dickens. So let me just go ahead and take you all out of this. And note to self, you're gonna have to charge the little arm right up until the chat starts. So I really like the little arm, but it's driving me crazy. Okay, let me figure out where to set you all. Maybe I'll just carry you around with me again. I think we did that last time. I think this is gonna be hot enough though now that I'm gonna want something. Nope, it's gonna be too heavy. So let me set you all down real quick. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can successfully set you all down. Don't go anywhere. Do not fall. Do not tip over. Okay, so let me grab this out of the microwave. Yep, that is starting to get toasty. Ooh, and Elaine says that she has eaten the Wassa crisps with tuna salad instead of using them with bread. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so now this has been in there for 2 minutes the first time. Stir it really well. And then I put it back in there for 1 minute on high in the microwave the second time. Again, you can do this on the stove. Yeah, nobody breathe. Do not lean. Nobody lean one direction or the other. You would not want to see how jankily you all are propped up right now. So fortunately, we are getting to the end of the chat. Okay, so let's try it with a Wassa light rye Swedish style crisp bread and see if I can give it a 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10. That's an awfully big bite, Kelly. Not bad. That's actually pretty good with the crisp bread. I don't remember how many points those are, but it is definitely less points than chips, than using tortilla chips. And Barbara wants to know if I like this store better than the one on Kingston Pike. The one on Kingston Pike was a huge amount of maintenance, and I was more than 40 minutes away from everybody. I'm 6 minutes away from the kids now. So yes, and this is much more manageable. So yes, I'm liking it much better. So that's a decent taste. Don't know that I'm going to be eating it going forward on the crisp bread, but it actually is a good, it's a decent taste. So tortilla chips, bagels, it tastes really good on a bagel. Like Melissa said, making a quesadilla out of it. It's perfect for a quesadilla. This stores really well in the refrigerator if you can keep everybody out of it. A double batch only lasts us just a couple of days. I mean, the single batch that we made on Saturday was gone like in an hour. I mean, it was absolutely gone in an hour. You can add as little or as much of the Frank's Red Hot sauce as you want to. You can make it mild, you can make it spicy. If you don't like spicy, don't put any Frank's hot sauce in it. It still tastes like cheese on cheese on cheese with some chicken. So, and this is really good in rice. I mean, there are so many ways that you can eat this. But again, thank you, Karen Moffitt, Windstar Karen, thank you so much for developing this recipe all those years ago. We miss you, we love you. I'm so glad that you are not in pain anymore, but we really miss you here. Thank you for giving me this recipe, though. This will live on forever and ever and ever, and you will always be in our hearts. So please don't forget to continue to send well wishes to Lynn, who hopefully will get to watch this later. If you do want her address at the rehab facility, just send me a private message, or I may go put it over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group, since that's a little bit more controlled, situation on who can be there. But continue to send her your love, and I thank you all for that. Again, recipe is on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. If you were watching this on YouTube, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Go ahead and let that next video roll over. Do not forget, you have to be here. You have to be with us live next week to win, for a chance to win. I'm gonna say one of the 10 favorite things. I really like Carol's idea on giving away one prize to 10 different people instead of 10 to one person. Carol, I like that a whole lot. So you have to be here with us live. We will be choosing randomly. We will randomly be choosing names of people who are here with us live next week. I will continue to send out a little bit more information about that, but super exciting. Everybody have a fantastic week. So next week we'll be talking about perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause updates from Weight Watchers, and about our 10th anniversary giveaway. So yeah, you're gonna wanna be here. Again, if there's 5 of you or 500 of you, you can't win unless you're here. You have to play to win, just like with the lottery. Okay, so everybody have a great week, and I will see you next time. Good night.